and the total had moved along to 94 for 1, 7 runs on from when Hilditch was out. Wood remained unbeaten, and for England, the wicket-taker, Allett, who bowled very well, coming in from the pavilion end. The spinners are getting plenty of work out of the rough there, and Australia, 362 runs behind, have plenty of problems still if they're to avoid the follow-up. With just 2 runs added to the overnight total, it's the second ball of the third over, and Sidebottom, playing in his first test match, is bowling to Graeme Wood. Very close.
Sidebottom. Good shout that. Knee just getting outside off stump, but only just. It's a very worthwhile shout, and Sidebottom much happier bowling at the pavilion end this morning. Good action when he gets to the wicket, and a meaningful and purposeful follow-through at the end of his run.
Got that away nicely. With no hurry about that stroke, just waited for it, timed it perfectly. Ian Botham now, and Graeme Wood is taking strike. It's a good shot from Graeme Wood. No ball call from umpire Alan Whitehead, but I don't think it made much difference to Wood's decision. At a half century to Graeme Wood, and that's a very welcome fight back. 340 behind Australia. Here's Sidebottom.
Bob Holland's problem in trying to play these aggressive shots is that he's stuck on the back foot, and it's just a swing of the bat, and his leading leg goes off in the direction of square leg, so his chances of making contact with the ball are rather remote.
It's a chance down. He's gone for 4. Botham was the one who got his hand to it. And he looked to me to go very, very late for it. May not have picked it up in the background.
It looked to go down all the way off the bat. Not much carry, but just a fingernail on it, and down she goes.
And Sidebottom didn't see that from the moment it left the bat. Lost it in the background, which is very easy to do. The ball merging, the red ball merging with the shirts. Perhaps a bit of brickwork above the level of the stands. There's a good shot, even though it was a no ball.
And here again, the ball going past the outside edge. Sidebottom won't have a better chance of opening his test wicket tally with number 11 in at the start of play, but not getting an edge that time.
And that was fairly adjacent. In fact, up goes the finger, and he's gone this time. So no problem at all, Bob, taking wickets at Trent Bridge. 128 for 2, and Bob Holland was away, and Sidebottom was his first test match wicket.
Holland in a tangle again. He's been completely riveted on that back foot all morning, and he tries a fairly horrendous pull shot to a ball which isn't very short and trapped right in front.
He's done a pretty good job. His job was to stay there last night. He's extended it in to 40 minutes this morning, and paves way now for regular number 3 captain. Phil Edmonds going to turn his arm over from up at the Radcliffe Road end. And thank you very much. With a man back, that would have been no runs at all, but that silly point there, as soon as it's past him, it races out for 4. Swung that away from round about off the middle, I would think, but very firmly in the meat of the bat for 4 runs. .150 on the board.
And still Philip Edmonds, these 4 men round the bat.
It's a sensible shot. Not too sure about the field placing. I think there's more sense in the stroke than the field placing. Not quite happy about having a fella bowl with all those men with no covering behind. Looking for 2. Lamb has fielded brilliantly this morning.
Another superb piece of fielding by Alan Lamb. Captain Vessels tucks this away from the leg stump. One-handed pick up and a beautiful throw again. But that's a very good spell by Arnie Sidebottom. Had a hard day up to now. Bowled from the pavilion end since the start of play. And he's just coming to have a refresher.
The man taking the drink out to Sidebottom was Paul Parker. Paul Elder's off indisposed, and the man in the helmet at short leg is Basharat Hassan, who is a short fielding specialist. Both of them suddenly realised there was no one else around. Good cricket. He really chased after that once he was reminded there was no point, and threw it to the right end as well. So the 50 partnership has come up for Australia, 2 for 180. John Embury to Wood. Not far away from Botham's left hand. Still going to be 4 runs. With Botham was anticipating beautifully there. Looking for the little late cut. But just 3 more runs added to take the score for the Australians up to 187 for 2 at lunch. Graeme Wood, a fine performance there, 89 not out, and Kepler Wessels on 26. Graeme Wood scored all 9 runs after the interval, up to the point we joined play. He's on 98 now, and he's facing John Embury.
He'll be certainly looking to run the first one quickly and come back for the second. He's racing back the second, and he's safely in. And 3 figures go on the board then for Graeme Wood. And that will be a relief for him under relief for Australia. He's found his touch, and he's found it at exactly the right time for his side. 100, a good 102 made out of 198 for 2. Edmonds still going to carry on with the 4 close catches. Wicketkeeper and 3 more around the bat. It's a nice flowing off drive. So 200 up there. And one queries the wisdom of keeping all the time this limit off there. Certainly means there's 4 runs, anything goes past him. Embury to Vessels. A big shout, and slowly up goes the dreaded finger, and Embury has taken the wicket of Kepler Vessels. 205 for 3 now, a little outside nick, a catch behind, and finally the breakthrough.
Lovely piece of bowling from John Embury. See, he gets his arm nice and high, little bit of turn, and just taking the outside edge, and Downton making no mistake.
Another over from John Embury, border facing. No doubts there about his intentions. It's a glorious straight 6. Oh, quite remarkable. Border's only got 3 to his name. Straight down the wicket to Embury and pops him into the pavilion.
The confidence of the man is astounding. Just been in a few minutes, down the wicket to the off-spinner who's just taken a wicket, and straight into the pavilion.
Down the wicket again, he swung that on the leg side. Saved, comfortable 4 runs.
Alan Border wrecking David Gower's plans of a quiet afternoon, pinning down the Australian batsman.
Edmonds again to Border. And they're shouting, and he's gone, and he doesn't want to go. He stood there shaking his head, is Alan Border. He looks disgusted, but no doubt in the umpire's mind that ball went off some part of the bat or glove through to Ian Botham at slip. And Edmonds takes the wicket. It's 234 for 4. Disappointment for Alan Border and his team when he falls for 23.
This might prove a very important breakthrough for England, the batsman they fear most. Ball going between bat and pad to Ian Botham at slip. There's one gentleman who certainly didn't think he got an edge to it, but the England fieldsman did, and umpire Alan Whitehead was in agreement.
Well, there's only one person in the best position to judge it. But, I don't know, he could have been a bit unlucky.
Phil Edmonds bowling, and David Burns taking strike. It's a nice stroke from David Byrne off his toes. The outfield very quick out there. John Embury has no chance of cutting that off. And here's Embury. It's a good shot for 4. He's been severe on that today. The one's a little bit short outside off stump. He's played it very well. 3,000 test match runs for Graham Wood now. He's gone on to 120.
Excellent shot this by Graham Wood. It also saves the follow-on. There's absolutely no room at all for a short delivery.
Cotton bowled, well bowled by John Embury. A little bit more air, and that man brought in at short mid-on, might have had a hand in that. Boone tried to hit that wide of the bowler, but it was definitely a slower ball.
Fine piece of bowling, a little bit of flight. David Boone not quite to the pitch of it, and John Embury taking a comfortable return catch there. Fine piece of bowling.
This is Greg Ritchie then to face his first ball. And very nearly a caught and bowl there too. Despairing dive by Embury, only inches away from picking up 2 caught and bowls on the trot.
Pushing through it and very, in fact, he nearly got to it. I suppose, strictly speaking, that's got to go down as a chance.
You take your life in your hands a little when you play as free as this against a turning ball, but he made sure there it was a full half volley, killed the spin, and drove it through the covers for 4.
Well, an example of a perfect off-drive, this. Foot right to the pitch of the ball. Beautiful stroke.
A great shot there of Gower.
Well, it's always handy if you can do a pas de trois, if you have to field that close in, I suppose. And there were 14 more runs added to take the score up to 289 for 5 at tee. Graeme Wood, 125 not out, just one short of his best ever in Test match cricket, and Greg Ritchie on 21. A fine performance, and the English bowlers suffered out there on this very, very good batting pitch. Allett is off the field ill, and there'll be a tremendous responsibility on Botham and Sidebottom now, because the new ball is to be taken immediately after tea. Here it is now, and Ian Botham is the bowler. He's coming in from the Radcliffe Road end. Graeme Wood is taking straight. And a chance straight away. A drop catch from the first ball. Graeme Wood, the top edge, gatting the fielder. Well, it just hit the ground before it reached his hand, but I would say that instead of going sideways, he should have been going forward as well. Sidebottom is going to bowl from the end where he's bowled best. He wasn't at his best yesterday from the Radcliffe Road end. Now he has the chance to come in to bowl to Greg Ritchie. But that was perfectly played by Greg Ritchie. Good shot again. That was a high bouncer. Sidebottom's in trouble. Well, David Gower will need to be saying to him, OK, we've got a little bit of a problem, but that problem's magnified by the fact that Allett's not on the field. Get your boot back on, Arnie, and let's get cracking. This is how it happened. Sidebottom thumping down his front foot, just twisting, and it was at that point that he started to move in very gingerly fashion. Well, he's coming off the field. 299 for 5. So now England in trouble. Australia went into this test match with just 4 bowlers. They got through with one not bowling very well, but without injury, and now one England bowler is ill and the other one is injured, Allett and Sidebottom. What better time for the great all-rounder to produce a spirited challenge? He's at his best in these situations. Allett is off the field. Sidebottom is off the field. Botham is the last of the pace bowlers. The second new ball just taken. And a batsman in who's 126 not out. Quite often he's pulled something out of the hat in just these circumstances. And that single to Graeme Wood gives him his highest score in Test match cricket, beating his previous best, 126 against West Indies at Georgetown, Guyana. And it also brings up the Australian 300. And that is not too far away, I should think.
Ian Botham absolutely flabbergasted with the finger not going up here.
Edmonds. Oh, good catch. And it's a no ball. And that is unlikely to please Botham any further. A marvellous catch by Philip Edmonds. At which point in querying the no ball, your foot is either on the line or behind it. 50 partnership up in 113 deliveries.
And Ian Botham throwing in another bouncer. Ritchie getting a big top edge and a magnificent catch taken by Edmonds. Absolutely splendid catch, but the umpire adjudging a no ball.
No ball again. And a warning for Ian Botham, running down the line of the stumps. One warning, the signal to David Gower and also to David Constant. And now umpire Whitehead has a problem. Does he speak to him about too many bouncers? Yes, indeed he does. And if they spoke to Lawson about it the other day, then it's quite right to do it to Botham there for the same number of bouncers in the same number of balls.
Bit of a personality clash going on between Botham and umpire Whitehead out there.
Gower has to get his mind attuned to the job. Botham will have the crowd behind him, surging him on. Graham Wood playing with tremendous common sense out there. It's 133, Ritchie is 41, 318 for 5.
Cooch again to Ritchie. Picked his spot quite nicely again through mid-wicket for 4. Gooch over pitching round about Ritchie's leg stump. Put away in fine style. Philip Edmonds coming back into the attack for a spell this time from the pavilion end. Slip, a short leg. And Ritchie on 49. It's a single pushed down the leg side by Greg Ritchie. 1 run sufficient to take him through to a 50. He's had to battle pretty hard for it, but he was quite relieved when the new ball appeared. But a little more confident then, and has taken part in a very handy partnership here. 117 balls, 6 fours. in that 54, Greg Ritchie. Now, Embry finally going to have a spell at the Radcliffe Road end. Oh, that's a great shot. Made up his mind quickly to get down the wicket, fairly hammered it through the offside. Ritchie going on now to 54.
Phil Edmonds has switched ends now, coming in from the Radcliffe Road end. That's a fine shot. Late in the day. Edmonds hasn't earned at all on the short side today. Occasionally he's been over pitching, but that's not all that much of a fault. Now Graham Wood has reached 150. He's gone on to 152. Another single added, and at the close of play, Australia 366 for 5. That was a great performance. They made 272 today for the loss of 4 wickets. Wood 152 not out, and Ritchie played a very good innings for 65 not out. And the bowlers, well, they suffered out there, but they stuck to their task well in the face of being too short. Allett away through illness and Sidebottom through injury. The bowling figures at the close of play reflected that. Embury and Edmonds, 3 wickets between them, but there's still not a great deal in this pitch for the bowlers of either side. Both of them wicketless, but played a prominent part in proceedings with umpire Whitehead at the end. And at the close of play on this, the third day, 366 for 5. The Australians are 90 runs behind 66. We pick up play now.